Hi guys, and welcome back to week 5 of Man's Glory podcast, where we keep it real biblical. So today's topic is a fun topic. One of the things I love to talk about. Seems like it come up in every episode. First of all, you don't have to excuse me. I have a broken tooth, so like it feels like I'm talking weird, and my mouth is moving weird. It hurts. So today's topic is dating again after heartbreak. I'm gonna let Rick talk to y'all because I guess I can say dating again after breaking up, man. Disappointment. That's what I'm gonna go with. We'll say after heartbreak because I think I done cut ties. Rick, you had your heart broke before?
Of course, everybody on the green earth have, I believe. But
Not everybody.
well, if you ever been in a relationship, because if you haven't, one day it's gonna be broken. You know, you're not gonna be the one always breaking hearts. Of course, that's my opinion. I don't have another book on that, so that's my opinion. But so we're gonna go with wisdom and knowledge here. Because child, I was a teenager, but
You had your heart broke?
yeah. Young, many years ago.
You ain't been with Dad that long.
Who said your dad was the one who broke my heart?
I ain't talking about him. I'm saying.
I have. What are you
So
talking
you
about?
said teenager, I'm thinking about one person. And then daddy who you
Okay.
married, so who in between them two?
That's not important because that's my past.
But I'm saying, how many of them broke your heart? Oh, only one broke your heart?
I think my heart been broken twice. I had a friend to tell me that your heart can only be broken once. And it was a male friend. We was like, what, 16, 17 or whatever. Because he was like, he said you only fall in love one time. But I got what he was saying, you know, as you get older.
They
Because
saying, I heard.
what you heard?
I heard everybody say you get 3 loves. Your
I don't
first
know about
love, your some love, and then your soulmate or something like that.
Some people first love are their soulmate, and sometimes they get married. So I don't know, but all that is just what
Stuff
people do.
make up.
Make up. But in my opinion, what was the topic?
Dating again after
Oh,
heartbreak.
dating again after heartbreak. If your heart gets broken, or if you are, to me, you should not just go straight into another relationship. Take your time and let your mind and your heart heal. Because if you just immediately start dating someone else, if your heart has been broken, then that's rebound, and you may not have your mind may not be where it needs to be, and you're just dating somebody else, and then you turn around and hurt them because they may be looking for something that you're not able to give at that time.
What do you know about rebound?
What do you mean, what do you know about rebound? Because people get involved, and that's what okay, for instance, if we'll say James and I, God forbid, if we just called it quits, then a week later I'm in a relationship with somebody else, baby, that's a rebound. Because
Not if you've been lost in feelings for the person.
okay, well, you asked me a question, so I'm telling you what the rebound is, just what about it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, regardless, if you are, you know, you just, that's what I call a rebound. You just bouncing back. You talking to a person, dating a person. Your heart may not even be in it. Then you mess around and hurt that person. Then that person, you know, rebound love. That's what I call rebound love. And I get what you're saying. Well, what if your heart not in it anymore? That's different. But a lot of people, when they have been in a relationship, was hurt so badly and break up, and then next they don't move right on, baby, that's a rebound. It's a rebound relationship. I don't believe in who am I. You don't have many that survive that.
I've been sitting here thinking. And let me say this, and I know she's going to make a face. I don't think that I've had my heart broken, because the more I analyze it now, I just think it was disappointed. Because the one person I know she gonna recall back to, I was in college and I cried over a guy. It was the first time me and him we had been together for I don't know how long. And we had broke up. He's the dude I dated throughout my entire college. We broke up. And I remember just boo-hooing to my mama. Because I always say, and still say to this day, I ain't even cry with no dude. And that's who I am. I don't even remember why I was crying.
Because y'all broke up.
Because he wasn't coming back. That was
school, and that's the excuse he gave for breaking up with him.
Yeah, he was like, that's why he was breaking up, because he wasn't coming back to school. He lived in a whole other state, like this whole thing. It was money troubles outlet. And so that's what kind of hurt my feelings. And my mom was like, don't tell your daddy. Don't tell your daddy. Don't tell your daddy, because if my daddy found out, then I'm over here in this boo-hoo, throwing a fit moment. Because of him, it was going to be a problem. So the more I look back on it, I realized, like I told my mom, he was the first person to say I love you. He was in love with me, but I wasn't in love with him. I realized I loved him.
You thought you were, so hey.
Yeah, I loved him, but I was not in love with him, right? So that's why I say I've never had my heart broken, because I've been disappointed. Because when you put so much into somebody and you have these hopes, I've been disappointed several times by several guys. No, that's not true. I've been disappointed by a few guys. Most of them, I just be waiting on them to drop them. And that's where I've gotten to now. When I tell people, I say, oh yeah, go date. Because I'm not dating. So that's why I try. I know I don't. Because for me, we're going to say this again. You have to talking to the phase, right? You talking to multiple people. Dating meaning you're taking me out on dates, okay? Wherever the dates are going, you're taking me on dates. We still getting to know each other. We have surpassed the talking and texting on the phone to actually going out in public settings and getting to know each other. And you can be talking to and dating as many guys or girls as you want, right? When you decide, hey, I like this one. This one we align here. Then you're like, okay, well, let's get this relationship try.
Be exclusive.
Now we exclusively dating. We're together now. We go together real big, right? And so that's that. And then you go from there. I can't get past the talking stage. And with the last guy that we got to the dating stage, we went on 3 dates, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
She called him cray cray. And so no. The guy prior to that after that, talking about marrying me, we never got to date stage. We never went on a date. We had an in-house date, but that don't count for me. No. But so that's why it's just disappointment for me.
Okay, so that's it now. We're going to say the new generation have new words for everything. Okay, like you said, heartbreak, you say disappointment. To me, disappointment is we're dating or getting to know one another, and I find out that you're not who you say you are. Heartbreak is we're dating, I'm into you, I love you, as you said.
Mm-hmm. You got feelings.
And yeah,
I'm invested.
You boo-hooing and crying about something he said or broke it off, or that's heartbreak. That is not disappointment. Like I say, disappointment is okay. What time church service start? Well, I'll be there. You never show up. That's disappointment. Then you realize 2 times, okay, well, I'm very disappointed. This ain't gonna work. That's disappointment to me. But like I say, the newer generation and the rest of us.
I think I've had my heart broken by one guy.
Okay. And the rest of us, man, we just do not think the same. We don't think that, okay, so bam, the light just went off. But it's these terminologies and these just different. What it meant for us clearly does not mean.
What it mean your heart into it, right?
Yes.
But my heart wasn't into it. I didn't love him. I was infatuated. No, because you know who I'm talking about.
Nope, and I don't care to know right now.
Yes, you do. Listen to me. Look at me.
A conversation.
When you said it ain't about the whole, yeah. I've never had a heartbreak. That was disappointment. Yeah. I don't know. I've never been in love. I've told a guy I love him. I'm telling multiple guys I love them, but I wasn't in love with them.
Okay. So let's go to the love and an in love thing.
I'd ask my mama what it feel like to me. I'm like, how you know you in love with somebody?
This is me, and I'm very old fashioned. Love. You should marry for love, not for things. Now, if a person love you, if that man love a woman, the man's job is to provide for the woman. He should be able to take care of her. You know, the word of God says if a man doesn't work, he shouldn't eat. So you are the head of the woman. Your job is to take care of your household. This day and age, most times both husband and wives have to work. But, and this is my terminology, you are a buster if you cannot provide for your family, for your wife.
I say bomb.
Okay? So now, you do not have to make more money than that female, but be a provider. A man that loves his wife or his lady, he gonna make sure she's not wanting anything.
Wanting for
anything. Behind God, she's next in line. That's, to me, what love is. Now, you say you ain't never been in love, but you took your money and you helped took care of this Negro. Whatever he need. He couldn't eat.
Because I loved him. I wasn't in love with him.
He couldn't eat. You fed him. He didn't have a way to get back from Alabama. You went and got him. And you was in college yourself. So, you know, let's just be clear of, and you say you weren't in love with him. You did a lot of things for somebody you were not in love with. But hey, that's what people do.
There's a difference between loving somebody and being in love with somebody?
Well, you can love a person.
I'm asking, yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can love a person and not be in love with them.
Exactly. I loved him. I loved him enough to do those things for him. That's the longest relationship I've had in my entire life. And I came from having long relationships. But that's the man I dated in my adult age. Okay, at this point I'm in college, I'm 19. I was 19 to 21, after 22 was the last time me and him was together, I guess. And in that time, I realized somewhere after the 1.5 year, 2 year mark, I realized I wasn't in love with that man. I loved him, but I wasn't in love because I went from being his girlfriend to being his mother.
So you was in love with the ideal of being
into what we could become, what he could become, because I was putting in so much work trying to help him achieve his dream and doing this, that, and the third, and this idea of a black power couple and having this and having that. And to a certain extent, I love the way he loves his mother, how they pray this and the third, but also I saw all the flaws in their relationship and the flaws in him, and then realizing that I'm a hard worker. And to me, for a man that's interested in me, you got to work way harder than me. And that's a hard thing to do. So, in other words, I don't like a sorry man. No Rudy Poop man. That ain't no man to me. Sorry, Rudy Poop, whatever you want to call it, that's not for me. Okay? So, me realizing that, I loved him dearly. I loved him to the fact that I let him drain my savings account 3 times. Ran him back and forth all across that state line. Went above and beyond for him, but I was not in love with him. He said, I love you first. It was a minute. The first time I said I love you back is because he was crying because his grandma died. And I didn't know what else to get him to stop crying. And I know now people are judging me. But I told my mom back then.
So you was in the ideal of, you was in love with the ideal of being in love.
I am a
hopeless
romantic because in my eyes, I know what it looks like. And I was just telling myself this morning when I was getting ready for church. I just said, man, because I have all these different people talk to me about their marriage or their relationship, and I see all these different people getting engaged and get married. I'll just be like, I know marriage, and I understand marriage from my parents' point of view, from my grandparents' point of view, right? From the biblical point of view. However, I don't know it firsthand. I've never experienced it. I've dreamt about it since I can understand what marriage is. I've wanted to be in love since I can understand what love is. Baby, I planned out my wedding at 4, 5. I drew my ring when I was 8 years old. 8th grade. I drew my ring in 8th grade. And my junior year of college, Vera Wayne came out with her love collection. Lo and behold, the ring I drew in my draw pad was one of the rings in her love collection. It has my birthstone in the blue sapphire with the diamond, and then it's encrusted, and it's just like these rings with the alternating sapphires and the diamonds. And I'm just like, and I was in a relationship with that same guy. We were laying in my bed. I was at the head. He was laying across the foot. We were watching football. It was on Saturday because Mississippi State was playing away. We were sitting there holding hands, watching the football game, and the commercial came on. And in my mind, I just told my grandma this other day, that was my sign that I was getting married to him, that I was gonna marry him, fool. Fool. And that's why I say all these people be saying, all you gotta do is ask God for a sign, he gonna give it to you. I said, we must be misinterpreting these signs, because like everybody be getting the signs they be wanting but me, because what I think be a sign, I be because I think God was telling me run. And it was just so many things I kept trying to achieve while I was in that relationship. Never happened. When I finally said I was done and cut ties, oh my gosh, so many things started happening back and forth. And I was just like, I called my mom. I said, "You remember this one?" I said, "Mom, I passed the test." I told my man, I told my daddy, because my daddy was the one that I called when me and that guy when we first went out. I called my daddy. It's funny. The week before, I called my dad. I said, "Dad, I'm not going to worry about him in college." I was like, I'm not dating. We had came back from Christmas break. I said, I'm not dating. I'm not going to worry about being in a relationship with nobody. You know, I'm just going to be it. This guy starts stalking me. We're taking 2 different classes together. 2 in one class I didn't even need. Just in there. We taking 2 different classes together. I don't care what. Every time I look up, he staring at me. It was always something. So, some kind of way we end up talking. Then we end up going out. It was a week later, I called my dad. I said, "Daddy, I found my husband."
Naive.
And he was like, "Didn't you just talk to me about?" And I was like, "Yeah, but God had told me that this is my man." Now, I thought he was on the football team. Played in my face. I should have knew then. Because after about 2 weeks, all these different signs started reinterpreting themselves.
But instead,
I stuck it out.
On the football team,
I did. I connected him with my boys that was on the football team. But that was not me in love. That was me in stupid. I was infatuated with the idea of being in love. Like and that's just what that is. So the guy that I said I cried about, me and this guy, we never dated. What's courting?
Dating.
Okay, never mind. That's the old term. Yeah. Okay.
The older people call it courtship.
We never dated, so to speak. I guess we was in the. I don't know what it was, but that's the only other guy I remember crying about. And I didn't cry about him. It was something. He disappointed me on something, and it kind of hurt my feelings. I was just like, so at that point, that's when I just took it to God. I said, "Okay, God, is it me? Because it got to be me." So that's what I just said, and I've been single ever since. So that's why I just tell everybody I'm the problem. I'm like, no, you're not. I am. So I can't really tell you how to date after heartbreak because I just been disappointed, and I don't even call it disappointment no more because I just be waiting on it to happen. I tell everybody I assume the worst. I would be more surprised when you hit the right thing. Like the dude started talking to me about God. I put the phone down. I said, "All right, God, 2 in the green flags. Let's see some real ones." Baby, when the shoes, it wasn't even 3 days later, when the shoes started falling, they never stopped. I said, my God.
So let's put this spin on it. When we're learning about Jesus, the Word. So there's a fruit of the Spirit they call patience.
Which is one I struggle with.
And that's our problem when it comes to, not everybody, some people. Wanting a spouse. Patience. Because there's also the scriptures just say, be of courage. Wait on the Lord. I say, be of good faith. Wait. But as soon as, because this is what I want in my heart. So when I see some, this is a sign. It's not.
But it's also too because my parents, specifically my mother, told me, do you not believe God will give you the desires of your heart? This is what my mom has told me my entire life. God knows exactly what you want. Why would he not give you desires of your heart if you are following him? And my dad told me, you either gonna worry about it or trust God, but you can't do both. And you got to believe, and these are the exact words my dad told me, you either gonna worry about it or trust God, but you can't do both. You either believe what I told you, and he's talking about him when it comes to God's word, or don't. And you either believe God already worked it out. He got his person, he already got your person for you, or you don't. And when you hit me with that or you don't, then you telling me my faith is trash. That's all I'm getting from you. And I know my faith, not tell my mama. All these people every time they stepping out on faith ain't got no type of relationship with God. In their mind they do. And they just drop everything, just get them moved to a whole nother state. And I'm just like, I know my faith better. They ain't even got no real relationship with God. So why is it for me? But I have to tell myself, he got something better for you.
And it doesn't take faith to do that. That's courage. You know, they may call it faith. Well, God told me to do this here.
God told me to quit my job. How you going to take care of yourself?
At the end of the day, when he says that he would give us our heart desires.
If he has that for you.
Yeah. But he will. But when your ways are pleasing to him, or when he think you have suffered enough or been patient enough, he has conditioned us enough. And it may sound cruel. Well, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Well, something else. Well, he ain't ready to give it to you just yet.
And you see how she's saying that? And so this is all stuff going in my head because this every day and every night I'm doing analyzing. Excuse me, I'm analyzing myself. I say my prayer in the morning. I say my prayer before I go to bed. I wake up because I didn't feel asleep and pray. And I'm just like, okay, God, reveal to me what else I need to work on. Okay, I've worked on this. I've worked on this. I'm fixing this. I'm fixing it. So when you hit you with that, okay, well, when he see your ways are pleasing, what I'm doing? What is it that I don't see that I'm messing up on?
There's still something lacking, baby. Let me share this with you. The doctor, when I went to the doctor Friday, and I'm like, oh, wow. You know, you pregnant? But anywho, yeah, I'm like.
Oh, I thought you were somebody, she told you that you was pregnant.
Let's not go there. Anywho.
You got to restructure how you say things.
And so I said, when I went to the doctor on Friday, and she walked in, I'm like, oh, wow. You pregnant.
That's not what you said.
What did I say?
You said she walked in, and I'm like, oh, wow. She was like, yeah, you pregnant?
No, ma'am. I did not say that. But anywho, and I was asking her because she was saying that pregnancy was a little bit more. No, I asked her what was.
I thought your doctor was old.
No. That lady, gone. She retired.
Oh.
But she was telling me that I asked her what did she want, and she said, I think the husband wanted a son, but the little girl wanted a baby sister. I said, what you got? A girl. She said, didn't matter to her. I'm like, well, you going to get your son? No.
Oh, she done.
Yeah. And she said because this pregnancy, her daughter's 3, was a little bit more difficult on her. And I asked her age. I forgot. But anywho, but I said that to say, oh, and I was telling them, I said, well, my daughter is 30, and she's going to be 31 this year. I said, you know, she's waiting on her husband and 1 kid. So she said, I got my husband early on. She said, no, God blessed me to get my husband early in life. She said she was 15 when she met him. Yeah. And they got married, you know, I guess they dated, whatever. And everybody's not that fortunate. Some people are. But I said
that's something that hurts my feelings.
But I said that to say, too, and she also said, because I just could not see myself dating. You know, she said all that. But I said that to say, you're 30 and he hadn't showed up or whatever, doesn't mean nothing, because it seems like because some people been together forever, but Jazz, you don't find many people that just instantly. You know, it took us a long time. I know another young lady say she had one boyfriend. She married her high school boyfriend. They've been married since then. But everybody does not. It's not short time for everybody. It may seem like it. You understand what I'm saying?
But it's like, imagine you thinking, because think about the if you're in my age group, mm-hmm. the movies we grew up watching, TV shows, all that, the happily ever after, getting married young, the dating this and the third, thinking, oh, you get married, you're 18, you're early 20s, something like that, and then you be with somebody 30, 40, 50, 60 years. I don't know what couple, I think I was like 15, something like that, and I seen this couple on TV. They was somebody, they had been together 30 years and 50 years and 60 years, and I was just like, I desire to have a marriage that long, to love somebody that hard, to be, ties to somebody for that long. And then you think about this lady. Yeah, I love watching Element, Lifetime, Food Network, and the Home DIY channel growing up, right? Those things I like to do. I like stuff that's gonna grow my brain, and I like thriller stuff. So, those movies, one Element movie where this lady, Element had them based on true story stuff, and it was this one lady waited her whole life for this man. She just wanted her man. I don't know if she was active or not, but she wanted this man. She finally got married, got pregnant, and died. And he just got a baby. I was like, oh my God. So the older I get, and I'm just like, this less time I have to be with my person for all these years. Or what if I finally get married and I die? Or like the girl that her and the boy fell in love. They both were sick, terminally ill. Both on one terminal. But they got married and died. And I'm just like, one of them died. I'm just like, man. And I think about too how all these people who be like, oh, God brought me my man and God brought me my woman, blah, blah. And I'm just like, not me comparing my life to my spiritual life. And I'm just like, because you know when people be talking about God, good and well they ain't got no relationship with God. And I'm just like, come on, God. Like, what about me? What did I do? What am I doing? Because you're starting to make me think it's me. It is me. I tell everybody, it's me.
Well, even if it is you, like you say, okay, like my prayer. God created me a clean heart. Give me wisdom. Show me every dot that in me. Clean it out. Take it out. And that is what I say. I want to be like Christ, more like Christ. I want to love people like Jesus loved the church, like Jesus. And just like, when I had an out with someone, my prayer was, good Lord, make me love them like they my sister, like I love myself. And that's how I cleansed my heart. Or the Lord allowed me, because, hey, when you don't, well, I'm going to speak to me. I don't hate myself. So,
because some people do.
Yeah, because they kill themselves and hurt their bodies. But I'm just saying. And so, an honest heart, and one thing for sure.
Two things for certain.
That I do believe. When the Lord bless you with it, you bless with it. Like he said, there's nothing, no one can pluck out the Lord's hand. And some people, it takes longer, or for whatever it is. It's just what it is. But, like I said, because it seemed like, okay, like you say, they've been together 30 years, okay, or some of them been single just as long. I've seen real life story where the people get married old age,
The lady is an Indian couple. That was, I think, 94 and 96, and they had their first child.
See?
I said, come on, God.
Baby, ain't nothing impossible for God.
I already right now be traumatized. Like, don't let me be the grandparent at my child graduation.
Well,
like, my goodness.
It is what it is. But, we're going to go back to that topic, dating after heartbreak. You got to make sure you keep your mind clear. Don't just jump into something because, your heart hurting. And, okay, in order for you, this is my opinion, to get past heartbreak, when someone has broken your heart, sit down a minute.
Heal.
Let that pain heal, because you don't want it to make you to be mean toward the next relationship. So you got to cleanse it out.
Healing. Whether that means therapy or whatever it is you need to do, you need to heal. Because think about it. Let's say your past relationship, man or woman, whoever you are, you was in a relationship, you poured your whole stuff into it, right? And that person abused you mentally, physically, psychologically, whatever. They abused you in whatever shape, form, or fashion. Whether it was cheating, when they handed you whatever. And then you finally get the courage or whatever to just drop it like a bad habit and walk away. And then you meet this other person. However long time passed, you meet this person. They go one or two ways. Either one, this person is a good man, Savannah. He's a good man, Savannah. Or woman. And they are good in every way. Everything you could have hoped for. But you go into that relationship damaged, unhealed, broken. Bringing all that past trauma that you've been letting pile up. From your bad childhoods, your bad relationships, or whatever. and you go in and you damage that man, mess him up for the next person, or push him away. You damage him so bad you push him away from you because that's what you run from. You trying to put that old stuff on him and he ain't got nothing to do with that.
Baggage.
Or he bringing you all the good, but you can push him away. Ain't even letting him love on you because your self-esteem just trash now. You don't even feel like you deserved it, or you don't know a good thing when you see it. You can't bring the old to the new. That's the same thing with God. In order to, it said you got to be born again, right? That means all the goodness you want God to pour into you, you got to do the work to get the bad out. The bad got to go out first so God can pour the good in. The more good that's going in, the more bad should be going out. The more bad that goes out, okay, you're cleansed now. Same thing with this relationship. I don't let go of this old past relationship. It's good. We're great. I'm doing the work. Hey, this man cheated on me. Don't go into it thinking, this woman cheated on me. Don't go into it thinking all women cheat. This woman abused me. This woman put her hands on me. Don't go into it thinking all women are like that. This woman's out here running through the street. Don't go into it thinking, don't put that on there. And that's why I feel like society goes wrong now. You stereotype the whole category. One person do it to you, or we all like that. And that's not so. Mm-mm. It's not. Like my best friend gonna ask me, who hurt you? Nobody hurt me. He was like, because you started making sense like you got trust issues. I said, why? He said, because you talking about, what were we talking about? I said, no. I said all the time, I say, everybody is a piece of me. My best friend knows me to a certain extent. My boy best friend. So does my girl best friend. So does my parents, my grandparents, whoever. Everybody knows one. And my parents tell you all the time, I say, I want my person that can see all of me. Jesus. No, all of me. Nothing I have to hide. He gets it. He understands. And my best friend's just like, why is you feel like you can't be your whole self with everybody? Who would do that? It's not me having trust issues. It's me having common sense. My parents raised me to know you can't be in this world by yourself. You're going to leave this world by yourself. You can't trust everybody and watch everybody. I know what I can and can't say to my boy best friend. I know what I can and can't say to my female best friend. Just like I know what I can and can't say and can and can't do with my parents and grandparents and vice versa. So why would I provide my whole self to everybody? Everybody don't deserve this type of access. It's called boundaries. Mm-hmm. It's not that I got trust issues. I got common sense. Don't put myself in a situation where I got to wonder whether or not you gonna do something to me.
Yeah. The scripture tells you put your trust in
no man.
And once we start to trust God, it opens up a brighter day because we listen to what the Spirit is saying. Now, a person or people that are truly serving Christ not going to do anything to hurt you. And what I mean by that is because, for instance, I've often said, if we sit down sometime and ask ourselves before we make a decision that can affect others or hurt others or ourselves, what would Christ do? And if we took our time more and did that, and then, things would just work better for us, For instance, we're going to use Judas and Jesus. And so when Judas betrayed him, and he said, the one that I kissed, so he had to kiss him because Jesus looked like them. So now, Judas could not bear his betrayal, so he hung himself. That's a lot of...
either way, he was going to hell.
Well, but that's a lot of, what you call it? Baggage.
Mm-mm. Oh, you talking about what happened to him? A lot of turmoil.
Yeah. So in other words, we're going to use me. And we'll say, one of my friends called me and they asked me for something. And if I had it, but I said that I wasn't going to do it, Jesus do that. And so we have to ask ourselves, well, if we ask ourselves, what would Jesus do? Now, you know the difference between somebody, where you're out to somebody using you and somebody in need of something. And it's different. Like this person needs something and I don't. And I do have it. I'm like, But first of all, I told a lie. And second of all, would Jesus have done that?
What you're supposed to say is, I'm not about to give it to you. I don't trust you gonna give it back. I don't want to give it to you.
Well, if it's
I
that
have
situation,
it, but I want it for
right.
you.
And then too,
I have it
and
for
like like Jesus tell us, if thy enemy hunger, feed him. If he thirst, give him drink. And so
if you get on your nerves, run him over.
He don't tell us that.
He don't, but Jazz did. I'm just playing.
But I was saying all that to say, if we're more conscious of what's going on, even on your job, when somebody make you angry, and it's okay, go and talk to the next person instead of you so full. And if you don't calm yourself down and think about it, you regurgitate everything that was said to you, and you come bam. Because, and I remember years ago, any two fools can argue. The strong person have to shut up and listen and take it.
Now that's gonna dress your pride.
Yeah, one thing for sure though, God gonna fix it for it to come back around, and you will have your time. And even though it may seem like, hey, I need to do it now, well, I'm gonna explode. But when we trust God, when we ask Him for His guidance and His help, then we know. Like it says, a time and season of all things. A time to certain things, when to see it, how to see it. He will show you that. But we got to practice that. Okay, well now I don't want to hurt her feelings, so I'm just not going to, because just like me, my husband has always said that I'm a quick thinker. So if you say something, I'm ready to fire back. But had to learn to say, okay, just let it roll off. And that's what we have to do. And like I was saying, I'm even in this relationship, somebody has broken your heart. So you examine that thing. Did he or she break your heart? Why were you so engrossed in that relationship that it broke your heart?
Take some accountability. What could you have done better?
Yeah.
And I tell everybody.
Because, now in the beginning, and you may have some people who was just brought up, they like these, in the word you would understand. But some of us wasn't and some of us was. So if you were, but if you wasn't, that means you made that person your God. You weren't. You made he or she your God, and that's why your heart was broken. Because I can remember I was in the...
You can't say that. Love is love.
Let me finish. I remember being in church as a child, and our pastor was out in the country, and he was like, and this, so, things come to you different times. And I remember the scripture that said, how could you say you love your brother or your sister? No, yeah.
Love God.
Love God, but you hate your brother or your sister. I'm like, because me and my little brother had got down, like, I hate you. I ain't saying no more. Because I'm like, bam. I'm just saying certain things. And that's why, too, kids need to be at church. Kids need to be listening. Because I was about 12 years old.
Well, let me hit you with this. What you saying, that mean you made the person that God.
I said what?
You said if you love somebody that broke your heart, that mean you made them your God.
Sometimes we do.
No, statement. That does not mean that, because God heart breaks every time we go against him. And he still we're not his God.
And he still what?
He still gives us a chance.
He still shows mercy. He still loves us.
No,
because the scripture says God loves him that love them that loves him.
Love those that love him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And those that keep his commandments.
Yeah, but in your work, in your walk with God, what you doing? If you was perfected in your work, it wouldn't be called doing the work.
You saying that I said what?
That if somebody you love them so much, that mean you made them your God.
People do.
Everybody does not, but that's not what I'm saying. That's not the. It's the statement that the way you form the statement, meaning saying, okay, if you in love with somebody and they break your heart, that mean you made them your God. No,
I didn't say that. Though. If did you?
Well, that ain't what you said. That's what I'm telling you. So, because you are put here to love. You supposed to love.
We are.
That's
not over
what
God.
That is. No, you don't put nobody before God. But you're supposed to love people.
But that's in the beginning where we are loving ignorantly. In the beginning, because if you don't know love, and that's why all these things happening to us. Our hearts getting broken. We having sex, making babies, because we are ignorant to the truth. That's why.
So dating after heartbreak, you got to heal yourself first. You got to heal. Do the work on you. Even with the last person I was in a relationship with, that relationship lasted 2 months. Just so happened.
It's a 2-month relationship, but go ahead. Every time you said, I'm like,
well,
what?
I said it ain't, but I don't want to degrade him either.
Okay, go ahead.
Just so happened he just sent me a picture the other day. I showed you the picture. Why are you looking like that?
I don't remember that, but go ahead.
I just showed you the picture yesterday. When he sent you said, why he sent you that?
I don't remember. Was I asleep?
No, we was out somewhere.
Okay, well, I can't remember.
He sent me the picture the other day. It might have been Friday. He and I. Actually, that was our first.
You didn't show me that.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
It was our first date as a couple. He took me hiking. It turned out to be rock climbing because we climbed the freaking mountain, which is so funny because while I was
okay. I'm thinking you talking about somebody else. Go ahead.
Who was I in a relationship with? That you talking about?
Never mind. Go ahead.
Ew. When I was on my vacation, you know, where I'm 2 shades darker. I was talking about how, you know, different ways, things that I accept as a date. And I said I've never had a guy, mine is one that's ever taken me somewhere, like, things that I like to do, like, as far as a date. Whether it's rock climbing, going to the gym, or, you know, pay for me to go to the spot, this and third. And so she gonna slide up on my story and inbox me talking about, you! And gonna inbox me talking about, he did. And she put his name there. So changed he for his name. And I said aside from one guy, and their relationship only lasted 2 months. And like I told her when I look back on it, I'm the reason, or I only looked at what I know what he did wrong, which is why I wanted to break up with him. But I only blame myself because I should not have gotten into something that I didn't feel like was going to work out, regardless of how many people want us to be together, regardless of how many years we had known each other, how many times and how many years people been saying, hey, you gotta give it a try, you gotta give it a try. Me liking him with him not liking me, him liking me when I'm not liking. It's like when he on, I'm off, when I'm on, he off. It was just always there. Or I was always talking to somebody, or he in a relationship, whatever. We finally decided to give it a try at the absolute worst time. Well, actually, it was a great time because within that time, we was 2.5 hours away from each other. We both had nice vehicles and working. We both had good jobs. We were best friends. And then he decided to move across the country. He was like, every other weekend you just fly here. What? Especially when you already knew I did not plan on moving out of St. Mississippi. And we talking about getting married. Like, that was a whole thing. So I'm like, And so I had seen that before he ever left. It was the weekends we were supposed to spend time together. Either didn't show or said you was coming, didn't come. Mind you, his people lived here. So, like, that was the whole thing for me. And I'm just like, Mom, I don't want to do this. I'm finna break. No, you just got to give it a time to work out. I was like, within the first 2 weeks, I was ready to call it quits. We like, no, you got to let it work out. You got to do that. Everybody kept telling me, don't. She was the main person saying, don't. To this day, her and her mother still saying, that's my husband. And we are still not together. And he's still all over the country. Because right now, he in California. Like, and I'm just thinking, like, I just couldn't, it wasn't it for me. Couldn't do it. And that is the closest person that I can say know me better than anybody. And to me, I took it as disrespect because you knew what I required. If don't nobody else know, you knew before you got into this thing, right? You knew inside and out what I required, what I wanted, how I expect to be maintained, the type of relationship I want, all of the things. You've seen me. You've seen me in relationships. You talk about these dudes. You said I wasted my time with all this and the third. And then we finally decide, hey, let's give it a try. And essentially, you spit in my face. So as opposed to putting, I did break up with him. He told me I broke his heart, all these things. As opposed to putting the blame on him, I blame myself because I should have called it off right then and there when he said, okay, well, I'm finna move. Or that first time you did not come and see me. Another time we always saw each other. Why when we get in a relationship, now all of a sudden we don't ever see each other, right? That and then I allow other people to tell me to stay into something my heart was telling me to leave. So it's me. Self-awareness is the thing that people lack the most.
Trust God.
Being self-aware. Saying God told you to do something he never told you to do. How God talking to you if you ain't got a relationship with him for real? Sure. Y'all got fake relationships. Your God is yourself. Your phone, whatever it is you putting before God. You ain't got time for church, but you got time for everything else. The only way you gonna date without getting your feelings hurt, you can't date without getting your feelings hurt. Somebody gonna disappoint you somewhere. Where you willing to put in the work at? I only date with a purpose.
What's your purpose?
My purpose has always been to get married. That was even at a young age. Now I wouldn't think about marriage when in the back of my head I know be married at a certain age. Whether or not I was gonna be them didn't matter. I've had boyfriends in college. If we got to the point we boyfriend and girlfriend, it's leading to a marriage somewhere for him. And we got cut off. Next,
I still have the friend. I would say I had a friend.
She was so thinking what a friend
he still is my friend. And I remember he was at college. He was going to Ole Miss, I think. We went out to eat and I got food everywhere. But anywho, and I remember he was telling me that he was running females off because after the first date, he was talking about marriage because he was dating with a purpose. He felt it was time, to get married, or he wanted to be married. And I understood that. They was coming in and they ready to have fun. Huh?
You ain't got to bring it up on the first date.
It might not have been the first date, but that was on his mind. So in other words, I ain't got time to be lollygagging around, And I get that because some people have their mind made up. They know what they want out of life. And really how we or people mess up, I think because, like you were saying, Sister Brown asked you, well, where did you get this fear from God? That if you did something, boom, bam, you could die right then and you can go to hell. But we need it. And I remember my friend girl, her name, Caucasian. But anyway, we was talking about dating. And they would
Her name was Caucasian?
No, I was just saying I'm not going to call her name. So that's what I was saying. So anyway, and she was saying their daughter. And the guy was serious was trying to get serious, and her and her husband stopped it. And she was saying because she need to date around. And instead of the first person that seemed serious about you want to fall head over head and marry them. And they kind of twinked because that's what, we're taught. Get an education, meet your husband, get married. But they may not be the person for you. So take your time. And so dating or courting, the old word courtship, does not mean sexing. Dating and courting is what it is. You get to know a person. That's the time you spend time with each other. Like she was saying, why would we go to a movie? We can't talk. Well, or out eat or whatever. You do different things. People do different things, but you go out today to get to know the person. To find out what a head is, what a mindset is, what their strengths, they dislike, the family. But because, I've heard of a lot of people out here dating, boom, found like they find out they get to each other. So take your time and get to know a person. And I agree. And that's why when the young man came and asked her dad about wanted Jazz to be his girlfriend, James was like, no. We ain't doing that. And which, like she was saying, okay, so we told her to date different people. That means Joe can come take you to the movies on a Monday, and then maybe Wednesday, if Larry won't take you, okay. You're not in a committed relationship with one person, But when you get into that committed relationship with one guy, when it's your time, woman, whoever it is, whoever we may be talking to, and it's your time. And if you take all of you and put all of you into that, and he or she just destroys your heart, what do you do?
That comes into knowing yourself too. In your singleness, that's your time to draw close to God and learn you. Learn your flaws. Learn the things you need to work on. Learn the things and learn what you want in a significant other. What you want. Are you looking for a marriage? Are you looking for somebody to fool around with? Are you looking for a joke and somebody just to entertain you? Learn what it is, what you want, what you require, and what are your non-negotiables. It can't be only non-negotiable to everybody else, but this man's so fine, what? It's all right. He can have X, Y, Z. No. It can't be non-negotiable because you're desperate now. Okay, well, maybe that don't matter. That don't matter. No. You got to know you first.
Right.
When you know you, then you can get to know somebody else. And in your singleness, working on you spiritually, mentally, emotionally, financially, physically, all of the things. That should not stop because you get into a relationship. That's how you get your heart broken. Because you get into a relationship, you go from working on you to only being focused on them and they stuff. Or y'all. You got to keep working on you. I understand you got to put you first, Lucius. That's what that is. Work on self in every way, shape, form, and fashion. And while you're in that relationship, keep working on self and work on y'all together. Because then y'all will grow together. Then you got to worry about you getting your heart stopped on. If it does not work out, it just does not work out. Move on to the next one. If you are doing the work on you, and as opposed to nitpicking and nagging at somebody else, then in the event that it does not work out, you don't walk away bitter. Right now, me and my best friend still like me. We like me. He got over. We moved to basket, and we in this thing. Everybody can't say that. I got somebody right now who told me, he was like, yeah, I called it off of my ex because I had to work on myself because he was not a good man. He was like, we cool. He was like, but I knew I wasn't right for her and I was doing her wrong. He fixed himself.
That's honesty.
Now he ready to date. Baby, it take a lot to be honest with yourself. Mm-hmm. You got to put you down in order to follow God. In order to put you, when you put you down, that means you're working on self. I'm getting out the flaws. You got to keep that work, and that's just what that is. Because you can have so many things with this person, don't mean it's gonna work out, and that's okay if it don't work out. Take the time, look back on it, fix it, see what it means, and move on. To continue to work on yourself till your person comes. That's just what that is. This Dating After Disappointment. This has been Dating After Disappointment with Jasmine Styles. I'm just playing. Because your girl ain't never been in love. I've loved. I haven't been in love. I have been in stupid.
Stupid.
Yep. I've been in stupid a lot.
The best advice that I can give to dating after heartbreak, find you.
Pray about it.
See why the person, or you allowed the person to break your heart. You know, and I'm going to say again.
You allowed the person to break your heart.
And don't love anybody more than God. In the beginning, I think we do that. That's my opinion. Because a lot of us don't know about, like you hear people say, unconditional love. You're supposed to love God first and hard with everything. But, you know, we be in these relationships, ooh, I love him and blah, blah. And like you can't live without them. Because if you are killing yourself, those who do, because the relationship have ended or you killing a person.
More than God, more than you.
And that's what I'm talking about. So we have to, if it's ended and your heart is broken, sit down and regroup.
Self-reflection.
Work on yourself. Not him or she. And before somebody else come in your face, work on you. And it's okay to tell them, not dating. I need some self-preservation. I need to take care of me right now. Pamper your own self. You know, look at what happened here and there. It may have been your fault, and it may not have been your fault. But work on you before you move on to the next relationship. Because if not, it just may happen again.
This was good. This was like a therapy session.
Well, I be trying to make sure stay on topic, you know, but sometimes you still gonna what's in you gonna come out, so you still gonna venture on into the Word of God, because that's what I know now. When I was out there in that dating,
we're gonna talk about gonna leave, baby.
But I'm just saying, when I was out there in that dating world, baby, I wasn't thinking about God.
I have always been in God, so that's always what I've been thinking about.
When I was out there in that dating world,
she was out there. She was outside.
Doing what I want to do to whom I want to do it with. I was not thinking about God. I can speak for me. So therefore, when my heart got broken, and no, I did not date nobody else. I cried, I boo. I got up. People tried to hook me up. I didn't want to date nobody else. So see, I can tell you that. Stay away from that. Feel out what's going on with you. Let your mind, your body, soul heal and go forward.
Before you fix your mouth to say, before anybody fix their mouth to say, I don't love nobody more than I love me. I don't love nobody more than I love God.
Okay.
I'm finna tell you, I'm finna call you a lie to your face. And I'm gonna say this to you. Because I'm not gonna fix my mouth and say I ain't love nobody more than I loved Me.
You spent all your money on him, so you did.
Because I wiped my savings account 3 times for him. I wasn't in love with him, but I loved him enough
Think about
to do that.
Think about it.
And I don't empty my savings account for me. Baby, I hate when I have to go in my savings to pay for something. Because in my mind, my savings account is for my savings account. And Mom's like, it's for emergency. I'm like, no. She's like, then what else you got the money for? So I can see it grow. It's something wrong with me. Also,
that's a sin. That's vanity there.
What?
Yeah, you know, like I said, it's a scripture there that say, don't just let it sit where it collect moth and doth and rust.
Oh, it ain't collecting no
I'm
dust.
just saying, why? Because you got to spend it when you need. The scriptures just, when you know them, they just come in your heart and your mind. That's
I don't know this scripture.
But we don't have to go read that one, baby.
But and that's another thing to say. You don't love somebody more than you, because when I allow him to say, okay, well, let me spend the night, and I let you spend the night, I put God. And I can walk around how mighty as I want. I know what I stand for. I know what my morals are, and I know how I carry myself. I know how the world sees me, and I know my relationship with God, my soul, me getting into heaven is the one thing that I desire among anything else. So, and that's why my conscience is so bad. Hey, if you do this, because you imagine you can just drop dead at any moment. Imagine dropping dead in your sin. You go to that judgment seat, and that man say, "Depart from me. I never knew you." All this time you been talking about, I love God. You love God? What's wrong with you? Whole time you talking about God. Whole time God don't even know you for real. Your God is down there here waiting on you. Boy, traumatized. Because ain't no coming back. Ain't no doing. I would be devastated. I would be floored. I'm like, hold on. What I'm doing now? Hold on. Imagine the worst person you've ever met in your life. You know they hellbound. You look up, you right beside. The way my pride would tear me up. Whoo! Me? Jasmine Sade? Listen. Anytime I allowed that man to spend a night, I set my God aside. I could have died I don't want to die in my sin. And that man told me, he was like, I asked him, I said, if you died right now, where you think you would go? He said, to heaven. I said, so he asked me, and everybody, I've had four people ask me that. And every time my response is the same. If I die right now, in this very moment, I'm going straight to hell. Straight. And he told me, this man was in love. He said, he started crying. He got teary-eyed in my car. He was like, why would you say that? I said, because I know the truth. I know who I am. And I got things I need to work on. My hostility, my pride, me allowing you to spend the night in my house. I ain't doing no with you, but that's still shacking up if I'm not confused, if I'm not misunderstanding.
Well, they tell us we shouldn't don't let your good be even spoken of. So you call yourself helping him, but your neighbor know that's your man.
And then you can look at it too. Yeah, I'm grown. I'm paying my own bills, but also I'm lying to my parents. And I'm grown. If you grown, what reason do you have to lie to anybody? Mm-hmm. So yeah, I still tell people to this day, if I drop dead right now, I'm going to hell because I still have things I need to work on. I know that I'm not spiritually perfected. My tone is rougher than I want it to be. And I pray on it daily. I work on it daily. And still, it ain't where I want it to be. My daddy said I'm not humble enough. As humble as I think I am, I know for sure I could be a whole lot more humble. Because I've met some people, I'm just like, man, I wish to be that humble.
Some people are born humble.
So my dad calls me high-spirited, though, because he high-spirited. So.
But that means that, they got something else to work on. But...
my vice may not be your vice. That's what it is.
Humble, and you just meet them, they so humble and sweet.
You be like, now that's something I envy. I don't covet anything but that I covet a humble spirit. So, because to be who I am and to have what I have and to be where I want to be and to have all the things I want to have and be able to do all the things I want to do, I don't want to be a multi-millionaire for me. Mm-hmm. I want to be a multi-millionaire for people. Because I remember saying when I was like 7 years old, I can't wait till I'm at that time I was saying 6 figures. I said I'm going to make $999,000. Because I thought that's where the money stopped at. That's the number that stopped at because that's how I could count. I was like, I can't wait to be able to make that much money. Because I'm all the commercials that come on, the kids in Africa. Mind y'all, do y'all know it? Because a lot of people don't know. Africa actually has actual cities and everything's not just dirt.
Those commercials were to sucker the, I hate to call people simple mind. They were playing on your heart and they getting all this money.
I used to say, I can't wait till I got all this money so I can send money to them, send money to the animal shelters. I'm going to feed the homeless. I'm going to do all this. Ain't nobody going to be, I said, when I get grown, ain't nobody going to be homeless. Ain't nobody going to be hungry. Ain't nobody going to be clothesless. Ain't nobody going to have anything. I always said I couldn't wait. I was like, God, I can't wait to be grown. I can't wait to make all this. I'm going to make $999,000 every day. Every year. And I'm going to take care of all these people. I grew up, my mama, I didn't realize that I was doing all the things that I said I wanted to do until after I published my book. And my mama told me, I had wrote in the book and never knew. She said, all of the things you said you want to do, you're doing. I'm feeding people.
God has allowed, blessed you to.
I coach people, I teach people, I train people. I'm doing all these things I said I want to do. However, the girl not making $999,000 a year.
You don't have to.
But I'm trying. I'm working on it. However, I just, where I desire to be, I want to be in that place, have all these things, be able to do all these things, save all these people, and be humble as the dirt on the ground. And that's where I desire to be.
It will come. And my thing is, as far as, I think about the verse when they say, was it Solomon asked the Lord for wisdom? That's what I want, God. Show me wisdom.
Give it to me. I want to know it all.
Allow me to help people, and people that help people, con artists or ignorant people think they're getting over on you, but you're not. I give to you because I choose to give it to you. But when the Lord say nope, then you be like,
right now somebody think they get over
on me. No. We're not fools. God leads us and guides us to all righteousness, whether you believe it or not. And just because he says okay to give Mr. Tom Joe this right now for a season, I just made up a name, it's okay. But when he closes that door, he closes that door, but that's his business, and so with that being said, for us doing the right things at all times, that's just it. Dating, friendship, whatever it is, opposite sex relationship ain't the only thing that break your heart. Friendship, a person you thought could be your friend, they can break your heart, a disappointment or whatever you want to call it. But you have to move on, because hey, a heartbreak is what it is.
So again, this has been a very good episode. It's been a therapy session for somebody. Way longer than any of the other videos we've done.
Okay.
And so, yeah. So just some ending notes. If you have not already, like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please and thank you. And leave either a thumbs up or a thumbs down on our video. We want some interaction, okay? If you listen to us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Podmods, whatever channel that you're listening to our podcast on, please follow us, subscribe, send a like, leave a comment, participate in the polls that we post. We work really hard to record and edit and post to y'all. We like talking to y'all. We like for y'all to talk back. We're going to have some guests coming on pretty soon. And we're ready to grow and expand. So if we have been a blessing to you,
or a curse. That's a joke.
I ain't no curse. Nobody ain't no but blessing. No. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we appreciate you guys. And we will see you in the next episode. Again, this has been sGloryPodcast, where we keep it real biblical. Have a great week.